A gorgeous evening in the Rose City for the Portland Thorns season and home opener here at Providence Park. In town, the Orlando Pride, the NWSL's newest addition. Good evening, everybody. Ann Schatz joined by my broadcast partner. That's Janine Sparra, former member of the U.S. national team and director and head coach of the Thorns Academy. All right, anytime you say season opener, home opener with the expansion team in town, special stuff.
And the Thorns in Portland, I mean, it's just a mix that's just going to be awesome to see.
New look Portland Thorns, no doubt about it. Some 12 new faces on this roster and a ton of talent coming into the club for the first time.
There's a lot of young players coming in. There's players who are not as young but have great experience. I mean, the overall performance and what they can do is going to be amazing.
You know Nadia Nadim will be asked to score a lot of goals, but the two players that you keep talking about, Klingenberg and Horan, how come?
Well, Klingenberg, I mean, coming out of a stellar World Cup where she just put her name on the map for everybody to see and then made the FIFA top 11. That's incredible. As far as Horan, turning down a scholarship to North Carolina to turn pro, the first player, I think, to do that on the women's side, signing a really big contract with PSG is just phenomenal.
So here she is wearing a Thorns uniform. And how about Alex Morgan coming back? Obviously part of the big trade that sent Alex from Portland to Orlando. It'll be nice to see her back in town.
It will. She's done a lot for the city and for the team. She's doing a lot for women's soccer right now. So, we welcome her back. And now we've got all these other players in that trade that we got through, mixing things up.
You bet.
So, I mean, it's going to be a great night. Have us all together and let's play.
You talk with Coach Parsons before the game, and he talks about the importance of the first 20 minutes of this match, but also that it might be a little frantic.
True, and that's true of a lot of home openers or of championship games. Things where there's a lot of emotion on the line is like a little bit hard. So he's expecting that, it's going to be a little bit like that in the first 20.
So it's going to be very, very interesting. We've got two really talented teams that will show their wares on the pitch tonight. We're at Providence Park. The expansion Orlando Pride in town. The Portland Thorns obviously wanting to get out of the chutes in respectful fashion with those 3 points and the victory. We will have, of course, halftime coming up way down the line. But before we even talk about halftime, it's all about opening kickoff. It's all about the opening lineups. We'll be back with that coming up in just a second.
Now order online at papamurphys.com and get 25% off all pizzas. In other words, order online for a 25% price cut. Order online to slice 25% off the cost of your pizzas. Or order online to shred 25% off your Papa Murphy's pizza bill. It's a great deal, any way you slice it. Enter code SAVE25 at checkout and save 25% off all Papa Murphy's pizzas. papamurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
There's do-it-yourself help, and then there's times when you need more. Introducing Providence Express Care. Get a same-day visit for the things you just can't treat at home. The sore throat that won't quit, that soccer sprain, the stomach ache that no pink drink can settle. We're here for you 7 days a week with extended hours to suit your life. Want fast care from folks who know health? That's Providence Express Care. Find the location nearest you today at providenceexpresscare.org.
We want to be a team that's expansive. We want to be a team that when we play in Merlot, fans want to come watch us play because we're exciting. Because we have a good product on the field.
Space left foot, yes! Eddie, Eddie, Eddie!
You should see that the hard work that you're putting into it is working. And you should feel excited about that. We can never be satisfied with what we have to do to continue to take the next step.
Welcome back to Providence Park. We're getting close to kickoff between the Portland Thorns and visiting Orlando Pride. The Riveters are known for their clever tifos each and every year. Tonight, no exception. Those Riveters are up to their old tricks. You got to love that. Mark Parsons, of course, in his first year with the Portland Thorns as the head coach, coming to the Thorns after a successful stint at Washington with the Spirit, and obviously with Chelsea FC before that. A great addition to the Thorns family. Mark Parsons making his official debut tonight. And his starting 11 looks like this. Michelle Betos gets the nod in goal. Rookie Emily Sonnet will join veterans Heath, Menges, and Williamson on that back line. Loads of talents in the Thorns midfield. That's where you'll find Heath and Long and Shim. And Nadim Janine will be the target up front.
She will. She's an explosive force up top. Super exciting. We got to see a little bit of her in the preseason games. She not only likes to score, she wants to score. She needs to score, and she gets really excited about it.
So Tom Sermani, in his first year as the coach of the Orlando Pride and all the national and international experience Sermani brings to the Orlando expansion franchise, Sermani's starting side will feature Ashlyn Harris between the pipes. Talented defensive back line with Australian Steph Catley and Laura Alloway joining Monica and Belanger. And Parsons knows that Catley, the former Thorns, will be a handful.
She is. She's very dynamic. She can get up the field and cause a lot of problems for the Thorns. So that's one of the things they've talked about in preparing for this game and trying to set up his formation or lineup on that side to be a little stronger, to give them help to try to deal with her.
Evans and Becky Edwards will be Orlando's holding mids. Kaylin Kyle in the attacking mid role up top. It'll be, Alex Morgan leading the way as you would expect. She will be that target. And that will be on the defense for the Portland Thorns to make sure, on the counters especially, Morgan doesn't make hay.
Right, trying to make sure that she doesn't get in behind and exploit. She's very speedy, and they want to try to, cut that out and make sure that she doesn't get behind them or cause problems in that way.
So the Portland Thorns will feature a new look club and new look unis. Their kits all red, stem to stern, and the Orlando Pride, the expansion club to join the NWSL, will wear their purple road kits.
This looks to be a really exciting team, and they've got great players. They've got a great coach in Tom Sermani. They really, kind of went for someone with a lot of experience, leading Australia in 94 through 96, and then again in 04 through 11 to their farthest or highest seed in the world. And then obviously took over for the U.S. team and was unbeaten for the first time since 06.
So we are underway here at Providence Park, the home and season opener of the 2016 NWSL campaign. The Thorns will take it right at the MAC Club. Well, in this first half, it'll be the Pride heading towards the Riveters.
Nice early ball from Sonnet up to Nadim, trying to just get behind those defenders and go at them in the beginning, in the opening seconds, really.
A lot of national and international experience for both of these clubs. It'll be interesting to see how quickly these teams can gel and get out of the blocks tonight.
Yeah, and as we spoke about in the opening too, is the first 20 minutes and their nerves and how they're going to settle in and how frenetic is the pace going to be from the opening start.
Numbers forward, even on that back line for the Thorns. A lot of speed in terms of Orlando's back line, especially with Catley on that left side. They'll have to be, the Thorns, very careful about her on the overlaps and getting forward.
Orlando's being very respectful in the beginning. They're keeping a kind of low front line, and as far as the pressure, drawing it a little bit lower toward midfield, not coming out and trying to get exposed early in the game, so you can see them kind of dropping in.
Sonnet will leave it for Haran. And here's Spencer. Monica's going to have to hustle. No problem there.
Yeah, Monica hit that ball a little bit late up top to Spencer. She was trying to get around the corner around Williamson, but it was just she held on to the ball for another touch and kind of slowed down the Orlando attack.
Lots of World Cup experience in that Pride back line between the two Australians. Monica obviously with Brazil, and then Belanger, the French-Canadian.
Yeah, if you tracked everybody's resume out there, you'd be really amazed at just how much experience all these women have.
And then Emily Sonnet getting the starting nod. Obviously the overall #1 pick of the entire college draft in the NWSL. How do you suppose nerves are hitting the Portland Thorns rookie?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. They kind of go two ways. Either you're too young to know you should be nervous, or you're, young enough that you figure it all out and you're like, what am I doing? Oh, look at all these people. So she looks good so far. She was trying to hit. She did hit that early ball to Nadine, so she looks like she's ready to play.
Well, an experience with the national team always helps.
Yeah, she's done a lot with our youth, too. She's been with the U.S. 23s and the under-18 team. So, again, these women have great experience behind them.
Thorns looking for something in their offensive third. Shim hoping to find that pocket and gap that Parsons is talking about. No Christine Sinclair tonight. Still recovering from a little bit of a tweak with the Achilles.
Yeah, they're just trying to take care of her for both the club and country.
You
so
bet.
I've got to make sure that she's okay and her longevity, not just that one game.
Neither team able to generate much of an attack. But Orlando hasn't even sniffed their offensive third yet. Near sideline is Dagny.
You can see Orlando being really patient, really compact with those low two lines, defenders and those midfielders a little bit lower. They're really trying not to get exposed, but doing a great job of being organized early.
Clever. Dagny keeping it in bounds. Catley has to knock it out, but the Thorns have action here.
It's one thing I love about Dagny. She's always there, always fighting, always working hard. You can always count on her to be anywhere on the field and just doing her best and never stopping.
Nadim camped right in front of Ashlyn Harris near the 6 on this corner kick. Long skies it.
It's a nice intent, though. She, willing to step up and take that shot, and that's what they need. Again, it's only 4.5 minutes in, and they've spent a bit of the time in Orlando's half, so it's good in the attack for them.
The 4th season of the NWSL underway. It began last night. Obviously, the Thorns in Orlando with their season openers this evening. 4th year. That's historic. That's milestone stuff. That's longer than the previous 2 leagues that folded lasted. This is important stuff.
It is. It was a big celebration yesterday with the opening game, and it's great to see that it's continuing and in a really good pace and really strong.
Clearly the league on good and stable footing. Still a long way to go. The league understands that, but 4th year. That's unprecedented milestone stuff.
Well, that's the interesting thing is Americans, we have 3 other major leagues that have been there for 40 to 50 years. So, we tend to look at professional leagues through that lens and forgetting that, this, again, the the fourth year of this third variation, but this is going strong and just what it takes to be professional and keep that business going.
Spencer inside. There's Morgan leaving it. Beautiful job by the Thorns defense, Horan and Klingenberg, as Evans had a pretty good crack at it. Klingenberg looking for somebody. A little of a miscue there for Orlando. Let's see if the Thorns can take advantage. Dagny all by herself on this near sideline. Point of attack has changed.
That's a good physical matchup, and that's what Mark Parsons was talking about with Dagny out the outside and Catley trying to deal with her speed and the things that she can do. So that's going to be a really interesting one to watch this game.
A lot of former Thorns players with the Orlando club. Obviously, we talked about Alex Morgan, but there's also Kaylin Kyle, Steph Catley, Leanne Sanderson, Becky Edwards. Who am I missing?
They've got a great group, you know.
Yeah, they do.
And I believe that Tom Sermani will do an awesome job. Like I said, they already look organized in their first game. They've played a couple of college teams at home in Florida for their preseason, but no other professional teams like the Thorns have been able to do.
How important were those preseason, that tournament that the Thorns hosted? Obviously, Oregon State was in the mix as well, but Houston and Seattle part of that trifecta. How important was that?
It was great, you know, and Oregon State did a great job. I mean, they really, you know, kind of made everybody test their mettle. So that's what you get out of it. You get to see people on the field competing against other teams that you don't see during practice. So there's that surprise and trying to figure out the problems and how to solve them quickly.
So the first whistle of significance will go against the Thorns as Edmonds gets clipped. So a free kick coming for Orlando here in the 8th minute. Great crowd on hand, Janine. Obviously, the Thorns have led the league in attendance since year one in 2013. Last year, averaging over 15,000 a game. Unbelievable.
I think everybody's excited that their Thorns are back.
Kyle and Catley hovering. Steph Catley. Woo! And that was an absolute blast and still up in the air. Morgan tries to head it.
That's a great rocketed shot off the crossbar.
Wow! Catley let that thing go and got all of it right off the crossbar.
She really got a piece of that one. Just completely driven. A little bit of, looks like it came off a little bit of someone's head into the crossbar. But Betos was there. I think she had it covered.
Well, you heard the crowd react to that. It was a laser, though.
She did. She struck it well.
Catley very popular here when she was with the Thorns. And Orlando obviously very glad to have the young Australian international. Son it right back to Betos. Morgan giving chase. Menges will carry. Like the idea by Nadim, but the back tap wasn't quite there for Heath.
Well, they're still trying to get to, know each other a little bit. You've got the Thorns in a 4-2-3-1 with those three attackers and Nadim up top as the target. She's having to drop in a little bit to get the ball right now. So I think, as time goes on and they learn and get comfortable with each other in the runs, that's going to open up the field a little bit. She won't have to drop quite as low.
Some good combination passing by Orlando keeps the ball away from the Thorns, but then the direct style puts it right at the foot of Menges. Good defense by Morgan, almost creating the turnover.
Yeah, the Thorns are trying to play out of the back under control and trying to deal with the speed of Morgan, who is pressuring them up top, is causing some trouble.
Lots of room on that far flank to operate. Klingenberg wanted the offside.
I think they're giving her the free kick.
Well, you heard the whistle from Katerina Koroleva.
Just a little tiny bit of contact. Maybe it was enhanced slightly by the run of the forward.
Edmund sold it. You got to give her credit. And this is another dangerous situation for the Thorns. Catley moments ago on the Orlando free kick banged it right off the hardware.
A little interesting what they choose to do here, that they both know Betos a little bit, and if they go at her or try to serve.
Wow, just like that. Catley, don't know if that was redirected or not, but
that's that little ball kind of into the seam in between defenders and forwards and trying to, just play the ball in that difficult space, and it gets a little bit touched by one of the players.
Betos went low to get a mid on it. But it found the back of the net.
Right in at the feet of those defenders and forwards coming on. A little bit of a bounce in there, and just a difficult ball and a lot of traffic.
So 2 dangerous free kicks for Orlando, and one of them resulting in the game's first goal. So Catley will go down in the Orlando record book as the first Pride to score for this expansion club.
Well, as Mark Parsons says, she's dangerous and can do a lot, and you see why now.
So the Thorns playing catch-up. Catley's goal in the 12th minute off the free kick. Pretty play there by Haran. Shim gives it up.
It's a nice early look at what Lindsay Haran can do. She's very creative. She's been playing this game, and she's been playing internationally since she was 18 years old. So she's got these little different moves, different exciting things that we might see from her, and hopefully we'll get to see more and more as the game progresses.
Haran obviously getting a great look from Jill Ellis on the U.S. women's national team. Expected to be a fixture for the upcoming summer games in Rio.
Yeah, I think she's definitely one of those ones that's the future of the national team. Again, she's got that great pedigree. She's from Colorado.
Right.
Grew up in the West region. She was at regional camp, went all through the program, and then got this great opportunity to go play professionally right out of high school, and took advantage. And I think it's great for her and for her soccer experience.
Haran says she was really inspired by Tobin Heath, who obviously did some great things over in the French league as well.
It's just such a wonderful opportunity to have, different leagues, and that all these women in different countries have these places to play, and adding to it.
So 1-0, the expansion Orlando Pride with the game's first goal. Off the free kick, Steph Catley beating Betos. And that's where we stand right now here at Providence Park, a gorgeous night. Temperature in the 70s. The wind, which was gusting at 20 miles an hour out of the east, has died down. Not a factor. Perfect. Spencer carries. Spencer still has it. She's looking to get a crack. Tapped away by Menges. Orlando, though, still in their attacking third.
Some good defending there. It's really nice to see Klingberg, being able to shut people down and trying to start that attack. She's very calm and trying to get the ball forward as they build, and you'll see the Thorns are really trying to figure out kind of their way through the Orlando team, and that's the thing they're going to have to do. Not only figure out their way through, but also how to work together to get through the other team, to get those really good chances on goal.
What are some of the things offensively, though, some specifics that Portland will have to do to at least put some pressure on Harris?
Things that are going to help are better and faster ball movement, trying to work the ball around to create those spaces or gaps in between defenders, a little bit better, quicker, earlier runs so that they can exploit those gaps and then get in behind them or get through onto goal so that they can get close and get a credible chance, which is, would I say credible, something threatening, something that has a chance, especially when you've got Ashley Harris in there.
Harris, a member of the United States women's national team, a member of the World Cup club, acquired in the expansion draft, and a good get for this Orlando bunch.
Yeah, she's an exciting up-and-coming keeper. I mean, she's really, again, you talk about the future of things, and I know we're talking about the league, you're talking about the national team, the country as well. You're able to see these players develop now, and that you're going to see him in the national team in the future, and then hopefully in year 14 of the NWSL.
The Thorns looking for something here right outside of the 18. Look at Heath.
Heath gets around that outside back, nice, turns the corner, getting in. That's the thing they need to try to do, find the gaps. And Tobin Heath always does it in a nice, creative way. It's nice to see her do something again. The comfort on the ball, the skill she has on the ball, and the willingness and the ability to go and attack, to go forward and get around.
Heath single-handedly creates the corner. She'll be on the end of this. Beautiful tackle there by Shim to at least keep Spencer from flying down that flank. It'll be a Orlando throw-in. The Thorns have had a couple of corner kicks, but not really getting bona fide threats as a result.
Not really, not yet. So at least, they are getting the corner kicks. They're up there and spending time up in and around the box. But again, trying to fit those pieces together is something that they might just need a little time on the ball and with each other to figure out.
Here's Nadim. Little chip and one hop to Harris, no problem for Ashland.
It's good. It's a good mentality. Again, she's trying to find that run through. She just is high enough off of the field that she kind of runs out of field at that point. It's a very tough ball to play in at speed and enough pace that the player can run onto it.
18th minute. Home and season opener for the Portland Thorns. And welcome to the league, Orlando. The Pride leading this thing 1-0 on Steph Catley's goal in the 12th minute.
Yeah, I would like to see Dagny run forward a little bit for Mana to play her in. She kind of received the ball behind the line instead of trying to split the line and get on the other side of that defending unit.
Shim with more of a direct style. Orlando takes it away, and Portland trying to return the effort of the takeaway.
That's good work by Morgan to come back and try to win that ball. She's been really active in this game, and I know she was injured when she was with the Thorns often, but she's come on pressuring the defenders a lot, trying to get back and really help the team out.
Harris has been minded the nets back there for Orlando, but really hasn't been tested yet. Here's Sonnet. Mangus will retreat. Dagny very comfortable in that center mid role, playing outside tonight, but if need be, can play in that center position effectively.
Yeah, the nice thing is they have the ability to interchange because of the makeup of those players and what they can do. You don't have to see someone just in that one place.
You bet.
It's kind of a starting formation, but have those areas be filled by each other, and they can because they have the talent to do it.
Hey fans, you can follow the Thorns with flights to over 40 cities Alaska Airlines serves from Portland, including Boston, Dallas, and 4 LA area airports. For Alaska's lowest prices, visit alaskaair.com. Heath. Klingenberg wants to find some kind of angle to move off of and dumps it to Long instead.
Nice little cheeky move by Klingenberg there.
You see Dagny holding her line, and the ball sails out of bounds. Dagny kind of caught in no man's land on that one.
See Orlando trying to spread the field a little bit and get those back four moved around and kind of open up the field and find those spaces against the Thorns.
Spencer was flying down the gut, and a nice job by Williamson to disrupt that play.
You can see Ali Long trying to tell Dagny to move up a little bit higher, trying to gain that space and that width for the Thorns.
And again, spreading the field nice and wide on those flanks for Orlando.
You kind of get the call from Ashlyn Harris to move up and says to her teammates, all right, let's try long this time. She kind of sent the ball long in there. So they're trying to, you kind of pick and choose, and you're trying to, figure out what exactly is going to work with against each team.
Nadeem battling Catley. Allie getting in the mix. That was Alloway, my bad, who finds her teammate Catley. The two Australians working so well together. Alloway signs with this Orlando team in March, so basically reunites with Sermani. You mentioned the fact that Sermani doing such a great job with the Australian national team. One of those players was Alloway.
He did, yeah. He knows a few of them out there, and he's had two different separate stints with the Australians, and he's done such a great job with them, and that kind of opened up his chances to go and ended up coaching with the U.S. team.
Heath was brought down inside the 18, nothing called. Crowd was hoping for something from the officials, but we're going the other way. Monica has been very steady on that back line for Orlando as well. '24th minute, 1-0 Pride on Steph Catley's goal in the 12th minute. Catley hit the crossbar in the 9th or 10th minute off a free kick, and then delivered the goods moments later for the game's only goal.
Always add something to the attack when your defenders, are solid and strong in the back and can attack and do something. It just, it makes you get forward and be able to do much more as a team and team attack instead of just, relying on the first 2 or 3 people down the field.
The Thorns really yet to test Ashlyn Harris in goal. Great crowd on hand, TiVos, fireworks, pregame pomp and circumstance. But what the Thorns fans are really looking for is obviously the equalizer here.
Yeah, we talked a couple times about the first 20 might be frenetic, and it has not been that. They come out a little bit more controlled and trying to figure each other out and look for ways through. So that quick attack, the quick ball movement is something that you haven't really seen as much of. You maybe later you will.
Nadeem tries to get ahead on it. Here's Heath, dangerous, and there's the equalizer from Dagny.
That's a great follow-up to the ball. Nadeem was there, and it got past her. She was trying to hold off that defender, and just got finished in such a great fashion. Just really calm, strikes the ball. Well done.
How about the strength of Haran that was able to shuck off the defender and get this thing started, and a beautiful service as a result.
It's just such a great ball in, finding that back post, so it goes over Nadeem, but it takes those 2 players out of the play, and Heath is able to put it back in, and Dagny finishes it. She's right there. Everybody working hard, getting up and in the box with people, getting in the way and basically confusing the defense and making it hard for them, allows Dagny to get open and finish that ball.
The Icelandic international with a memorable goal. So Brynja's daughter with the equalizer And man, that gets this crowd going.
That shows, and that's, you know, Mark was talking about some of the strength, like the physical strength of these players versus each other can kind of nullify some of the assets that the Orlando Pride have. So you can see it in that play where you have a couple players really holding their ground and going forward and attacking.
So Shim whistled for that foul.
Coming a little bit from the side, if she had been facing another direction, it, you know, might have been a little different call, but definitely a foul when you're attacking or defending from the side.
Catley getting clipped. So another free kick for Orlando. The set piece resulting in the Pride's first goal. Here's Kyle. Nice job by Betos to come off the line and reads that nicely. Brynja's daughter coming to Portland. The Thorns also getting some draft picks and sending Farley and Zerboni to Boston. And I'll tell you, Parsons was really excited to get the Icelandic international. Some great international experience, and obviously can play a multiple and a variety of positions.
They did. She played attacking mid, she played holding mid during those preseason games, and now she's a little bit more of an attacker in the 4-2-3-1 that puts her a little bit higher up the field. So tends to be less of a defensive responsibility and more pure attacking is the way it's built. We don't know what Mark has asked of her, but it does put her high up the field, and she has the work rate, you know, to be anywhere, to really get. She covers a lot of ground on the field, so it's awesome to have her out there. I mean, just to be able to see what she can do, and again, that high work rate that's always going to be there.
Box-to-box player is Brynja's daughter. Catley dangerous here to Morgan. Couple of hops as Betos goes to her knees, no problem.
But again, though, that was a little, you know, Dagny did come back and offer a little bit of pressure on that player, on Catley coming up. So it made the ball into Morgan a little bit slower and kind of slowed down their attack.
Morgan leaving it long, disruptive. Nice play by Allie. But there's Spencer. Boy, how about Kat? Get off me.
A little physical out there. I think Dagny still has to play a little bit wider. She's playing inside the field about 8 to 15 yards-ish. She's kind of staying in that area, which isn't stretching Orlando at all.
Morgan very dangerous here with the inside edge. Knocked away by Betos. And here's Klingenberg to mop up. Oh boy.
It's kind of the place where Tobin Heath got that ball. We're talking about Dagny on the other side. Dagny's not playing on the line where Heath will come back and she'll open up all the way and kind of is able to get with Klingenberg and kind of get that space for her so she can have the ball and try to move it up a little bit.
10:30 a.m. means nothing anymore. You ask for it, you've got it. All day breakfast is finally here at your locally owned McDonald's. Horan getting her boot on that, but no problem for Harris.
Yeah, I think she was trying to lay that off for Nadim. There was a good ball into the second runner. Nadim was the first and Horan was the second. She just took a little bit of a heavy touch. I don't think that's quite where she wanted to put it and trying to play Nadim in, but just didn't work out the way she wanted it to.
Dangerous ball there. Kyle picks it off, but then hands it right back to Allie Long. Leaving it for Nadim.
Well, they're looking for those chances to kind of combine with each other. You see Heath is making runs on the outside. She was offsides and kind of came back on, and they're trying to maybe do something different, not just hit that switching ball or that long ball. So they, in this last series, combining up the middle, trying to go a little bit shorter, which is like they're trying to fine-tune their attack a bit.
Heath trying to find Dagny.
It's a good step from Sonnet to cut out that forward. That forward being Alex Morgan.
That forward.
That forward. That one right there.
Nice hustle play by Spencer. It'll result in an Orlando possession via the throw-in.
You have to say, that shows a lot of confidence by Sonnet. You know, she's 21, 22 years old, and she's stepping up on Alex Morgan and winning the ball, cutting her out so she can't get a touch on it. I mean, that takes a lot of confidence in what you can do in your own speed. So that's good to see from the youngster.
First overall pick of the entire draft is Sonnet out of Virginia. There's Catley on that overlap that Parsons was worried about.
I think the referee's just going to let him play on that one. Some good pressure for Monashim.
Yeah, I like that too. Tight quarters down there for Morgan and Catley. They're going to let that play too, and here's Shim.
A little unfortunate she didn't see Heath sooner on that play. She kind of allows the defense to step up on her and pressure. She really, at that point, she had two players against her and Heath couldn't turn.
Match physical there as Catley and Heath, former teammates, go at it. Good clean stuff though. Alloway leaves it for Kyle.
Corner offsides. They're tracking Morgan well. The Thorns have passed her off a little bit. They're talking, they're stepping up with her, giving her good pressure. So I think that's a good sign, a good thing to deal with her. You know, you either have to lay off someone who's very fast so that they don't get past you, or you have to press them so they can't get the ball. So the defenders are doing a really good job with that speed and dangerous, you know, play that Morgan has.
Edmonds. Ball knocked away by Haran as Betos came way off her line. Edmonds had a nice angle to send it inside that 18.
Haran just makes it look effortless. I tell you, she steps right up into that play and she didn't even skip a beat.
Nice hustle play there by Menges. Just kind of winning that 50-50 ball.
And then Nadim coming back too, again, you know, trying to work her way back to the ball to try to win it. So again, there's some good pressure on the Orlando players that's not really letting them get too much into a rhythm.
Nadim whistled for that foul. So another free kick, and it looks like number 7, Steph Catley, will have the honors here in the 34th minute. One apiece, Catley with the game's first goal in the 12th minute, and then Brynja's daughter with the equalizer in the 25th minute for the Thorns. That's where we stand, one apiece. That ball is up for grabs, but Betos obviously is going to get the nod there. The foul going against Orlando on the collision.
Yeah, she came a little bit earlier. Her timing was fine, but when you come early, you don't have as much power behind your jump, and so then you kind of lose in momentum if the forward's running on. So, but it's a good call. A little bit of contact there, and she gets the call.
Shim again hustling, but there's Edmonds.
I'm trying to find Tobin Heath on the outside. She's, you know, again, she's holding that her space outside on the sideline, which has really opened things up, but the service just wasn't quite there.
Monica has all day to size things up. She and Spencer going back and forth. There's the turnover, near turnover. Nadim pressuring Monica, and that ball will belong to the Thorns. Good hustle by Nadim.
That's some great work. Like I said, you know, she's a hard worker. She's always up there in the play. You know, she wants to go forward, and if she wins it up there, she can turn and go. Thorns step up behind her. That's, you know, really kind of putting Orlando under, and this is creating an opportunity for the Thorns now.
Great acquisition by the Thorns in that trade with Sky Blue. Nadim, one of the most dynamic players in the league, no doubt about it.
And Franch, they got 2 in that same trade.
Very good. A.D. Franch is going to be kind of a 1-2 goalkeeping punch for this Thorns team. Betos getting the nod tonight in terms of the starting role. But French, a great keeper in her own right, recovering nicely from the ACL issues a couple of years ago and back at full strength.
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have depth no matter what position you're at.
Long did a nice job of holding off Maddie Evans. And a quick restart, but right to Monica.
It's a little bit quicker, that quick ball that Horan picked off and allowing them to go forward. You know, I wish Nadim had turned a little bit quicker as well to continue the attack and catch them in transition, but we're just a little bit comfortable, a little bit slow in some of that movement.
Heath on that left side. One-on-one against Belanger. Good battle on that far sideline. Belanger and Horan.
Great to see. Such an exciting up-and-coming player. I mean, obviously people know about Horan now, and she's been on the national team, and I've been fortunate enough to see her, I think, since she was about 14. And you just knew how special she was and what she had. And to see that developing it's just such a wonderful thing about this league. 4th year, and you know, it's going strong, and you get to see all these players develop and just become, you know, the players that they can be and all they have to offer.
On frame, but right at goalkeeper Ashlyn Harris.
You have to put a little more mustard on it than that to beat Harris, I think.
Some of the great veterans returning for this Portland Thorns club, like Allie Long, but the new additions, the Dagneys and Horans, obviously Sonnet via the college draft, Klingenberg. We just go on and on. French, Nadim, one-on-one. The flag is up. The flag is up.
Well, at least they were trying to go fast, but she just jumped the gun a little bit on that one. She was about a step or two offsides, definitely on that ball. But that's good, though. Good that the Thorns are trying to go forward and do it a little bit more quickly.
And know this about Nadim. You get her because she is an attacker. She is a goal scorer. She wants the ball at her feet. And when the timing gets ironed out and nailed down with this club, the offsides will start to kind of get in the back of the bus, if you will, and Nadim is going to get those chances.
Definitely. I can't wait to see just how she develops and everything that comes together. It's an exciting, exciting player for the Portland Thorns.
'39th minute, one apiece. Monashim getting that starting nod, as Sinclair not available tonight with the Achilles issues.
You can see Horan kind of leading that midfield a little bit. Good communication from the youngster. She's come on. I mean, it is a lot of new faces on the Thorns, but to fit in there and kind of be able to talk about it and kind of direct is really good to see early on in this season.
Edmonds, so speedy on that flank, and the strength of Horan to go along with the technical and tactical skills really makes her a handful.
Definitely. She can do multiple things. You know, she's just not kind of one-sided, or, you know, can do one thing on one side of the ball, as we say, you know, but she can do things on both ends. And it's just got so much in there that, you know, are just going to start to see.
Coming out of that is Long, and she'll carry. Well, you could see Nadim try to put the brakes on. Horan try to put the brakes on. The offside flag goes up. Fill up with 8 gallons or more at participating 76 stations to receive a voucher for 2-for-1 general admission Thorns tickets. Visit thornsfc.com/76 for more details. 41st minute, one apiece. Gorgeous night here in Portland, Oregon. Season and home opener for the Thorns, and again, the expansion Orlando Pride in town. And this is going to be a good side, this Pride team, all year long. Another offside call against the Thorns as they continue to try and get the timing down.
Yeah, But again, you know, it's good to see that they're trying to go forward, and it's just that releasing the ball a little earlier. I think, you know, we talked about the speed of play or moving the ball, finding it, and taking that one less touch, kind of getting them in. And they do that, those players will be onside and they'll be past that back line.
Dangerous play here. Far post, nothing there. The Thorns have done a very nice job of keeping Morgan, for the most part, in check. And you and I had a good chance to talk with Coach Mark Parsons before the game, and it was Catley's name that came up early and often. And boy, we know how good of a player you and I do Steph Catley is. She played for the Thorns for a couple of years, and she's been dynamite tonight.
Definitely, you know, those defenders can fly under the radar, but
Morgan leaving it. Spencer, 1v1. There's Betos to snuff, and there is the Thorns defense to clear. Oh boy.
That's a great save by Michelle Betos. She came out, cut the angle down, and got her hands to the ball. That was a great way to just shut that play down. Great timing, great movement, great job from Betos.
And I mean, Spencer was right there staring down the throat of Michelle Betos, who came off her line, took the angle away, and made the save. Counter Nadim. No flag at this moment. Here's Nadia. One-on-one against Monica. Beautiful ball. Headed away, though.
Still, I'm waiting for her to take on a little bit more speed than that. You know, she kind of does this move and kind of she's looking at like she's sizing the player up instead of sizing her up while doing the move. You know, you've got to go at someone to kind of figure out who they are instead of just looking at them and thinking about it. She has a plan, but her plan is made too late, you know, and that's the thing that's kind of really holding the Thorns back from that really positive or dangerous attack, is that it's just too slow.
Got it. Can that be fixed within a game?
Oh yeah, definitely can be fixed. It's just, you know, again, I think it's hard when you're new, when it's your first game, when you're trying to be really cautious. Sometimes that creativity, that kind of explosion, you kind of hold back on it because you're really trying to just figure things out instead of, you know, and like Mark Parsons saying, being brave. He calls this group really brave, and I don't think you're really seeing that kind of attitude that they normally have in training out here in the game because they're being a little cautious.
So hopefully, as halftime draws near, the message will be, as the foul's going to go against Brynja's daughter, the message from Parsons, I'm going to imagine, is to take it to this Pride bunch a little bit more.
I think he might play a song for them. He might play them, you know, I want to see how big your brave is. So you got to look up that song.
Oh boy. Okay.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
you know,
you
got to bring it out, and you got to show them how big your brave is.
Morgan and Catley working very, very well together. That ball's going to be left, though, for Evans. Big hop and a gutsy play by Betos, who read that thing perfectly.
Well done to come out and cut that out. She knew that it was her ball, was kind of in between those players, and that she had enough time and space to get to it. Safest in her hands, and that's where she put it.
Becky Edwards was making a really impressive run, but Betos cut everybody off. That was a pretty brave save right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Klingenberg. Here's Heath. Dagny.
It's a great one-handed save from Harris, but it looks like there's a little bit of a collision on the play.
Dagny and Harris met that ball at the same time, and Harris is still down on the pitch. And the yellow will go against Dagny.
I found that one a little bit surprising. I mean, the ball is in the air, and Harris is coming across the field, and she just went up. Wow,
it seemed like a 50-50 ball up for grabs.
Yeah. I mean, Dagny wasn't at full speed, which is maybe why she thought the referee thought that, it was a dangerous play. But it didn't seem anything malicious. It seemed like she just, went up for it unless, and I can't see everything, that there was a follow through on the elbow or something. I'm not quite sure how Harris's head, how she got contact or what part. So maybe it was just the elbow following through from Dagny's jump.
So stoppage time announced of 1 minute, and that was about 30 seconds ago. Harris still being tended to. Let's take another look, Janine.
You can see Dagny had slowed down. It looks like she goes straight up but turns, so I'm guessing it was her elbow that kind of clipped her in the head. And Harris came pretty low. She didn't come up through the ball. She came up kind of underneath it, so it kind of put her lower. Her head was about elbow height, so a little dangerous play, but she looks okay, which is always good to see.
So again, Dagny tagged with the yellow. And good to see, to your point, Janine, Harris up and walking. Aubrey Bledsoe is the backup keeper for the Orlando Pride.
Looks like she's down there warming up just in case. Well, we always have to be careful with head injuries now, and I think they're really trying to, send a message that anything that happens kind of with that, make sure that we're careful. And sometimes not just malicious, just to be extra careful, and you do have to be. We've seen that a lot, especially in youth sports, people getting hurt, and you want to make sure that long term the players are safe.
So Harris back up, looks okay.
As they always used to say, if you're going to get hit in the head, just catch the middle ball.
Oh, you, a former keeper, would know that, wouldn't you?
I'm just throwing it out there, a little advice when you're out there and you're having to work.
One to one is the score here at Providence Park, and that will do it for the first half. Steph Catley's goal in the 12th minute, giving Orlando the expansion pride, the 1-0 lead here in front of a packed house at Providence Park. And then Dagny Brynjarsdottir with the equalizer in the 25th minute. So that's where we stand at halftime, one apiece. The new look, all the new faces for the Portland Thorns club, and obviously making their presence felt. Horan with a wonderful way to get that first goal going with the perfect pass in the box. Joining us now is Mark Parsons, head coach for the Portland Thorns. Mark, thanks for slipping on the headset. Your assessment of the first half, Coach.
Hey, Ann, how you doing?
Good, man.
Nice to hear your voice at halftime.
Well, thank you.
I think that, two things on the attacking side. We've been playing, I don't know if it's futsal or something else around our 18-yard box, so that's got to change. And we've just got to take advantages of the gaps that we open up when we do drop them in there, when they're trying to press us. There's gaps that we're not taking. But I think it's more in transition. When we win the ball, they're all over the place, and we can get behind them and in between them. And it's even when we do break that first press, I think we can be more dangerous. We're trying to play safe and easy passes all the way up the pitch, and that's not what they're giving us. They're inviting us to get in behind them, and I think when we've got behind them, we've caused some problems. So can we do that? And then also can we get pressure on their back line? The back line is shown that they're very good at smashing the ball at the pitch, and sometimes that's hard to deal with. So if we get pressure on their back line, I think we can slow them down a bit.
Mark, thanks for taking the time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All the best.
That's Thorns head coach Mark Parsons. He'll go in and address the troops. We're tied at halftime. Orlando getting the whole thing started with the goal, but then Dagny with the equalizer, and that's where we stand. One apiece. Halftime commences in just a moment.
Now order online at papamurphys.com and get 25% off all pizzas. In other words, order online for a 25% price cut. Order online to slice 25% off the cost of your pizzas. or order online to shred 25% off your Papa Murphy's pizza bill. It's a great deal, any way you slice it. Enter code SAVE25 at checkout and save 25% off all Papa Murphy's pizzas. PapaMurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles still waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
There's do-it-yourself health, and then there's times when you need more. Introducing Providence Express Care. Get a same-day visit for the things you just can't treat at home. The sore throat that won't quit, that soccer sprain, the stomach ache that no pink drink can settle. We're here for you 7 days a week with extended hours to suit your life. Want fast care from folks who know health? That's Providence Express Care. Find the location nearest you today at providenceexpresscare.org.
Welcome back to Providence Park, and welcome to the KeyBank halftime show. The Portland Thorns and Orlando Pride tied at 1 apiece here at Providence Park, the NWSL openers for both clubs. You know, as we mentioned, there are some 12 new faces on this Portland Thorns roster, a ton of players to get caught up on. But one of the veterans, one of the returners is, of course, Tobin Heath. This is her 4th season with the club, and she's really enjoying this year because she's been with the team since preseason. So she's watched this club gel, and now she says it's time to see it all happen on the pitch. When you look at the talent that is on this pitch, help us understand how good this club could be if health, knock on wood, stays where it needs to stay.
Yeah, exactly. I think traditionally this club has always had good feet on the field, and I mean, it's incredible that we can even get better this year with the players that we've brought in. I think the fans are going to love seeing these new faces. There's something special. It's been a pleasure just training with them these couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see them get out in front of the Riveters and have that first experience because that's always a special one.
The expectations are high. You thrive on high expectations. You create the bar to be even higher than the year before. Can this club be a contender? Can this club make some noise?
Yes, I mean, this club is a contender every single year, and for us that is always our expectation. We want to win the league, and we want to put ourselves in a good position, making playoffs and going forward and play good soccer. At the end of the day, we have a philosophy of how we want to play, and we want to play an entertaining and efficient game, and I think looking at the players that we have and the season we have before us, I'm excited to see what our team's going to do, and obviously that expectation of a championship is what we want to do.
I can't help but ask you about the 4th season here in this league. Season number 4 means that the NWSL has lasted more than the other leagues that have come and gone. How crucial is that in terms of this having the staying power to keep on going?
Absolutely. This league is here to stay. I mean, it's proven that. I think Portland is such a big factor in that, in showing that women's soccer is huge, especially in the city. It's huge, and to play for a club that has set that bar so high for women's soccer, not just here in the U.S. but across the world, is a special feeling. And I think it obviously being the 4th season, it's better and better. The quality's better and better. The organizations are better. So in that way, the product that you see out on the field is the best it's going to be.
And personally, it's your 4th season. What's the comfort level here now for Tobin Heath in Portland, knowing that you are entrenched here, that you can go up and down the street and you recognize things? It's your town now.
Yeah, totally. Portland is my home now, and it's a special feeling coming back here, and not just coming back here for the soccer part, but coming back here because I live here now, and just being out in the community and seeing the people and hearing all the encouragement from town. Everybody's looking forward for the season to get started, and so am I. It's just a special place to play and a special place to live.
Thank you, Tobin. All right, we're at halftime here at Providence Park. Portland, Orlando tied at 1 apiece. Coming up next, Janine and I will walk you through some highlights. Good first half, and we've got everything coming your way in just a second.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles still waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
This car wasn't made in Detroit, or Tokyo, or Mexico City. This, the Mini Clubman, was crafted in Oxford, England, a place where mass production isn't all that massive. And each car is engineered, customized, tuned, and crafted one at a time. Introducing the new Mini Clubman, made in Oxford.
Mini of Portland, proud sponsor of the Portland Thorns and Timbers 2. We make it fun.
There's do-it-yourself health, and then there's times when you need more. Introducing Providence Express Care. Get a same-day visit for the things you just can't treat at home. The sore throat that won't quit, that soccer sprain, the stomach ache that no pink drink can settle. We're here for you 7 days a week with extended hours to suit your life. Want fast care from folks who know health? That's Providence Express Care. Find the location nearest you today at providenceexpresscare.org.
Tonight, home-baked Papa Murphy's Chicken Bacon Artichoke Gourmet Delight, topped with fresh spinach, grilled chicken, artichoke hearts, and bacon. Or try the Vegetarian Gourmet Delight, topped with creamy garlic sauce and your favorite fresh vegetables on a crispy, thin crust. And at just $11 for a large, all you need for this gourmet meal is a comfy spot on the couch. Order online at papamurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
The KeyBank halftime show continues here at Providence Park. Beautiful night in the Rose City for the NWSL opener between the Portland Thorns and Orlando Pride. We're tied at 1 apiece at halftime. And Shots, along with Janine Spar, a pretty good first half. We saw a little bit of everything, didn't we?
A little bit, yeah. It was good. You know, there's a little bit of caution going on out there, but there's a little bit of trying to find the net and trying to find each other. So there's definitely some really good things, you know, that are happening with the teams.
The Pride, obviously the newest member of the NWSL, the expansion Pride, getting on the board first.
Yeah, they look good. They look organized. They look patient. You know, they came out, they found the space, they found their way through. You know, they had the free kick and were able to get in. So doing a great job.
So we're going to look at some first half highlights, and it was a free kick that hit the hardware early on, and that was Alloway.
Yeah, just off the post on that one. Lucky to get the ball out. A little bit going on in there.
And Steph Catley, though, making sure that she found the back of the net. The Portland Thorns, well, used to be with the Thorns anyway, with the game's first goal.
Sometimes if you put it in the mix, it just makes it a little bit difficult with that bounce. It was a really hard ball to field.
So Orlando leading at 1-0 until this flurry here set up by Haran.
Yeah, Haran takes a nice little touch to set herself up and try to serve the back post. Nadim has got the two defenders on her. Heath just puts it back in, and Dagny had just enough space to finish it. It was a great work and great effort by the players to like I said, to hold those defenders off, to make them busy, and then get Dagny enough space to finish.
Beautiful left foot by Dagny, and then Betos rising to the occasion to make sure that Orlando was kept off the board the rest of the way. Great save coming up here against Morgan.
Yeah, Betos just has the right angle on it. She's right there and just kind of blocks it down for the safe save.
And then Morgan leaving it for Spencer. And again off her line is Betos.
Comes out well, comes out strong, hands first to the ball, blocks it. You know, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's efficient, and it's exactly what she needs to do, and a lot of people don't.
So we're tied at 1 apiece. Hey, Two Towns Cider House, proud to partner with the Portland Thorns FC and to craft a special edition hard cider made to honor the best supporters in the NWSL. Made with fresh pressed Northwest apples, whole raspberries, rose petals. You can find this special edition Two Thorns cider on tap now at the Double Post Bar in Providence Park. Second half kick is coming up. Orlando, Portland tied at 1 apiece. Gorgeous night for soccer here in the Rose City. And second half is just around the corner.
Now order online at papamurphys.com and get 25% off all pizzas. In other words, order online for a 25% price cut. Order online to slice 25% off the cost of your pizzas. Or order online to shred 25% off your Papa Murphy's pizza bill. It's a great deal, any way you slice it. Enter code SAVE25 at checkout and save 25% off all Papa Murphy's pizzas. PapaMurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles still waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
There's do-it-yourself health, and then there's times when you need more. Introducing Providence Express Care. Get a same-day visit for the things you just can't treat at home. The sore throat that won't quit, that soccer sprain, the stomach ache that no pink drink can settle. We're here for you 7 days a week with extended hours to suit your life. Want fast care from folks who know health? That's Providence Express Care. Find the location nearest you today at providenceexpresscare.org.
Providence Park. Second half just about ready to kick off. The Thorns and Orlando Pride tied at 1 apiece. Orlando getting on the board first. The equalizer from Brynja's daughter has this game tied at 1 apiece, Janine.
Yeah, you know, and what Mark Parsons was talking about at halftime, we want to see from the Thorns a little bit better use of their transition. They're want to try to get behind the play and also find those gaps in between. So some of those things we've talked about in the first half, you talked about at halftime. We really want to see a little bit more opened up game and a little bit more attack. I mean, from both teams, you know, but I think they're playing well. I think there's some really good things going on. Again, both being a little bit cautious, and there could be a little bit more, as they say, brave going on out there.
So the second half, we'll see the Thorns heading towards the Riveters. Orlando kicking things off in this second half towards the Mac Club, and here's Spencer again, wide open.
There's the willingness to attack, you know, straight off the bat. That's good to see from Orlando.
Mangus gets in the way of that shot from Spencer. It'll be a Orlando throw-in. Very impressive back line for this Orlando team. A couple of Australians, a Brazilian, a French Canadian. Internationals all over the pitch for both clubs, Janine.
So exciting to see. I mean, you get to see all these people in your backyard, basically. You know, you come out to a game and you get to see internationals and just to see the cultures come together, the ideas, and how good the football is at this level.
Spencer has been in the mix quite a bit for this Orlando team.
Yeah, I think she's a little underutilized. I mean, I think you can really see that she's got that good attacking mentality, and she has tried to do a few things. She's in there, and she's going to be good. She's got some great tools.
Spencer was acquired in the expansion draft by Orlando. First year in the league for her anyway, was with the Spirit, and the last couple of years with Western New York. Second half underway. Orlando scoring first on Catley's goal, and Brynja's daughter with the equalizer. So that's where we stand in front of another robust crowd here at Providence Park.
Nice little move from Sonnet to kind of get herself free and get that service in up to Nadim. She's looking very comfortable. Sonnet's looking really good in the back. Just, again, like she's, you know, slid into that spot, and that's where she belongs.
Nadim lets it go, but the flag and whistle denies everything as Harris gets a mid on it. A nice shot by Nadim, but offside all the same.
Yeah, she just got caught high up in transition and kind of levels it off. But Harris wanted to show you what her dive looked like, so that was it right there.
Timing just a bit off for the Portland Thorns, as they've had a handful of offside whistles go against them so far.
Looks like some exercise we do at practice. We get everybody inside the center circle and then serve it in there.
Catley trying to turn the corner.
You know, I keep talking about this mentality of attack, and it might seem like it's, you know, overstated, but in coaching and dealing with the women's side of the game, you know, there's too many times we're told not to. You know, we're pushed to pass, we're pushed to do all these things. So sometimes that's not the natural thing that comes out of the game. So that's one of the reasons why it happens last. You know, but it's good. I mean, there have, you know, players out there that are really mentally wanting to go forward and wanting to attack. Nadine's a great example. Morgan was looking good in the first half. You know, you've got players out there who really want to play, who really want to go forward and do something.
You can live with a few offside calls if it means that you are in the attack mode. The timing will come.
Right, we've talked about that, you know, and statistically sometimes things don't really tell the story. You know, it's like, no, do you want to be offsides? You don't want to be offsides, but you want to be pressing the line. You want to be trying to go forward. So sometimes that's a good thing to get a couple of those calls.
Heath leaves it for Horan. Beautiful ball. Not really sure what Horan was looking at.
Well, I think she was hoping for a little deeper run. I mean, Nadine and Mana were making the same run in essentially the same play. So if one of those players had held their run off a little bit or went in a different direction, you know, you might have been able to get that slotted ball back, which would have been a little bit more against the grain and difficult for the defense to deal with.
Edmonds knocked to the pitch. As Long clears it, nothing called. And I can tell Becky Edwards was thinking, are you kidding me? But we'll play on. Ball safely in the hands, of the feet, I should say, of Orlando anyway. Nice ball, Klingenberg up to Heath. Tobin will carry.
And that transition is just a little bit too slow. It's too nice and easy for the defense to get organized, but it's not done quickly.
Klingenberg outside of the 18.
She's super exciting. Klingenberg has done some really subtle.
What a ball! What a ball from Nadine! But the offside flag is up again.
At least they're trying to go forward. So again, you know, you get that offsides and they just got caught off a little bit. Klingenberg just working the ball around with Nadine. She has a great serve in, but the run just comes too early. She's behind the defender before the ball is served.
Long with that flick header, thought she had found the back of the net for the go-ahead goal. But again, offsides. Really the Achilles heel for the Thorns so far in this match. Spencer. What a ball by Nadine, though, huh?
That was great. You know, but it's nice. You know, some of the little, again, what I was saying was the subtle things that Klingenberg is doing, getting up in the attack, it adds numbers. And when you change the numbers, that's a lot that the defense has to deal with. So it changes things around, drop the ball back, Nadine serves it in. So it gives them that opening for Long to kind of maybe get lost by some of the defenders and not expecting her that high up the field because she's playing holding mid, really.
Right. Gatos wisely lets that go out of bounds here in the 53rd minute. Tom Sermani, what a great hire by this Orlando team as the head coach for the Pride in the expansion year. Just a plethora of experience and great results.
He's a great coach, great man. I've got the pleasure of being coached by him. He was the assistant when I was in San Jose with the Cyber Rays, and just, added so much knowledge to the game. He's had a great career professionally with a bunch of clubs. And, obviously they wanted a good, solid, experienced person, and he's done a great job with this club so far.
Just a great hire. Last year, still the presence felt last year in the World Cup, as he was kind of a consultant assistant coach for Canada. He's just, with Australia, the United States team, Canada.
Obviously, he's very well respected. I mean, people know what he can do, and he, like I said, he took Australia to their highest ever world ranking and the farthest. He's completely successful with Australia, where he spent a lot of his time. And then, got other opportunities. Came here and coached in the WUSA he was an assistant, and then moved on to New York and head coach there. And then, led to other things, and he's coached professionally on the men's side too. He's just a great coach, knows the game, great person, really deals well with everybody, and helps a player to enjoy the game.
Betos off her line again just moments ago. Janine, as a former keeper, let's dive into how you think Michelle's play has been tonight, Betos.
She's good, she doesn't look hesitant. She's coming off the line in the right time, in the right place. She's done a great job with that, and she's had to cut out a couple things. She got, I think, a little unlucky. That dipping ball off the free kick that bounces exactly at the wrong time is really difficult to track in traffic. So far looks solid, looks really good.
Battling there is Edmonds.
Seems like a little bit of a momentum shift, a little kind of some, as they say, I don't know why, but chippiness on the field. People kind of, asking for a foul call and putting their hands up, complaining a little bit. So maybe like tensions are kind of rising as we head into the 55th minute of the game.
Both teams obviously, Betos almost lost the touch there, and Spencer came sliding in, and Michelle was able to clear it at the last second. Oh boy.
That'll keep your blood flowing. Give your coach a couple gray hairs, but so I think, to be honest, that's a ball that the defender should really look at and not play back to her. With those two forwards in close proximity to her, there's got to be a better option. There's got to be at least one other person, if probably two, right, that they could have played the ball to.
Follow the Thorns with flights to over 40 cities Alaska Airlines serves from Portland, including Boston, Dallas, and 4 LA area airports. For Alaska's lowest prices, visit alaskaair.com. Sonnet was able to cover a lot of real estate before giving it up to Dagny. Nadim. So action for the Thorns as that ball flies off of Monica. And Heath will take care of another corner kick for the Thorns.
Yeah, and that time Nadim was onside because Alloway had been kind of back farther and kept her onside, and then she was in that space wide, allowed them to get that serve in. So those are the things that they're trying to find and that work, and they get a corner out of it.
57th minute. Here's Heath. Ball is still up for grab for Long. Blocked nicely. There's Alloway. Spencer disrupting. Klingenberg hanging tough. Heath was trying to find Klingenberg on that overlap. Cat keeps the ball in the offensive third for the Thorns. Horan drives it. Woo! Boy, coming in at the last second was Catley. Foul will go against the Portland Thorns. You can hear the crowd. Doesn't like it.
Yeah, I can just barely hear them. Just a little bit. They don't seem very happy with that call.
Let's see. What do you think, Janine? Let's take a look at this.
Well, she set herself up. She kind of stopped and backed into her, but that's why I don't do that job, because I don't think I'd be very good at it. So Shim will be subbed out
And the rookie Mallory Weber, wearing number 26, will come in the 58th minute. Game stopped. Obviously, the Pride tending to their banged-up player. And a chance for then Sermani to talk to some of his players. Evans was over there for a quick minute. Edmonds, who's been all over the place, and Belanger. And now time for the Thorns to huddle around Mark Parsons. Heath and Nadim Klingenberg.
Yeah, probably just talking about, you know, the things that the coaches are seeing that maybe the players aren't. Places either they can attack or places that they're being attacked and they want to look out for. So kind of giving a little heads up. I see there's mostly attacking players that we're talking to Mark Parsons, trying to give them a little bit of insight from the sideline about what they can do, or, you know, help them with a little bit, make a plan, help them make a plan.
So Catley helped to her feet, waiting to re-enter. No chance for Weber to flag that down.
That's a good attempt at that. That's a nice ball from Sonnet again. It's really nicely served. She, you know, a little bit on the long side, but the type of service she chose and how she hit it looked really good.
60th minute. Beautiful night for football here in Portland. The Thorns hosting Orlando, the expansion Pride, representing very well tonight. One apiece. Both goals coming in that first half. Catley's her goal was the first tally of the match, and then Dagny with the equalizer. And waiting to sub in for Orlando, Leanne Sanderson.
Kyle with a nice little touch to get the throw in off Heath.
Sanderson played briefly for the Thorns last year, the British international. As Becky Edwards comes out and Sanderson comes in. Beautiful job by Kat Williamson on the inside edge. Sanderson brings in a definite scoring mentality for this Orlando team, Janine. She is very dynamic and can strike quickly.
Yeah, and with the fresh legs too, she's able to, you know, get in there and kind of use a little bit more of her energy to disrupt things or kind of create things and combine with the players. So it's going to be a nice little injection into the 60th minute of the game.
Sanderson, of course, playing for England, the 2015 World Cup. England not represented at the Olympic Games, so she'll be with this team throughout. Dangerous here. Spencer again in the mix. Will leave it. Blocked beautifully. Good defense. And that was Sonnet.
By the youngster.
Yep,
yeah.
Sonnet just hanging tough and holding her ground.
Steps right up. That's what I said. I think she doesn't know that she should be nervous. She's doing a great job.
Morgan wins that ball. And Klingenberg isn't able to control.
They're just still a little bit too slow in their transition coming out. You know, Mangus brings that ball in across. You don't want to dribble, first of all, from the back. You can go laterally, but not under pressure. And she's got that player. She can't find the way out. And that's part of the thing. They don't really have a plan when they're trying to do something or accomplish something.
Dangerous situation here on the corner. Sanderson, ooh, just chipped over the crossbar. Kyle cannot believe she missed that sitter.
And I can't believe she was left alone in the box, too. She just ran in and a little bit of a different touch, and that ball's in the back of the net. So we talk about momentum shifts all the time. You know, I said earlier they were getting a little chippy and things were happening out there, and maybe people's tempers getting a little bit short. You know, they're trying to, again, like, they're tied. You know, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go with this one? And so you start to see those things happen. You know, little mistakes. Defender holds it too long. Somebody gets loose in the box. Like, this is the time that things happen. You know, you can kind of almost see it coming down the pipe.
Thorns give it away. Here's Sanderson leaving it for Spencer. The cross, Betos. Edmonds was right there. Betos reading that nicely.
It's a good idea. She's looking for transition. She noticed Heath's got a one-on-one out on the side. It's not a dangerous play. If you're going to play it fast and it not work, that's totally fine.
Heath bearing down, but Monica is able to hold that ball. Turnover, though, and here's Long. What a ball inside to Heath. Heath leaving it. And off her line is Harris. Weber just a little bit slow getting to that one.
I tell you, if you appreciate the subtleties of the game, the little touches and the little things going on, you've got to watch Klingenberg.
What a ball.
Such a nice little slip ball into Heath, and then she's just trying to make that run in behind the player, which just puts her a little bit late. Again, Spencer up in the mix. I mean, this young woman, she's got some talent.
Wow, foul's going to go against Turan.
That was a kind of a difficult one. I think you kind of catch it on the back side of it and not quite sure what happened before, but they got a little tangled and just went against Turan.
Spencer has just been relentless. You know, she had the 3 goals last year for Western New York, had the assist too, played a ton of minutes. I'm not sure about that call.
I think it was kind of like I said, I think it's what happened a little bit before you saw the person go down, the contact that was happening. The referee called it against her.
Sanderson.
Still looking a little bit for service. I think that's like the 4th kick at least that Orlando's had. The first 2 tried to find that seam in between. They had one that kind of hit on frame. And again, like with that service, trying to find those little soft places that are disruptive or difficult for people to deal with, you know, and coming through facing their own goal.
66th minute. Betos. Thorns fans thought that their club had taken the lead on Long's header, but it was waved off due to the offside infraction. A lot of offsides called against the Thorns tonight. All the new faces getting integrated and getting their timing.
You kind of see the speed of play picking up a little bit. Again, you know, that transition. What happens in those times where the energy changes or momentum changes? And you can see, you know, Sanderson, a little quicker, a little bit more dynamic. She's a little bit stronger, getting in there and really forcing things. And that allows Caitlin Kyle to step up, win the ball, and then they're going forward.
Love the restart. Sonnet leaving it on the far flank for Weber.
Sometimes you just don't really get a piece of the ball, the part you want. You know, so sometimes service looks a little bit odd.
Edmonds going right at Klingenberg. Stepping over. Megan hanging tough, staying with her.
It's good no call. You can see how tough Klingenberg is. Always a good sign when that defender makes that player turn around and run the other way. Right? That's good defending. She's like, yeah, I don't want to go that way.
What a get by the Thorns to get Klingenberg.
I think so too. I think she's a quality player and just special, just really, really special. True soccer player.
An absolute star at the 2015 World Cup was Klingenberg. And here's Morgan, who's playing healthy, leaving it for Spencer. Alex wants it back. The one touch.
It dropped a little low, you know. The whole line is kind of a little bit, you know, right off about the 8-yard line. You've got that player sitting up a little bit higher than that. Someone's got to step. You've got to watch the player. You can't just defend in the box in your own space, you know, in your own area. You've got to like watch the players and track, and they're starting to lose the tracking a little bit.
Here's Allie. She's going to turn on Evans. Heath and Allie reading each other well. Here's Heath with the carry.
I'd like to see Nadim stay with her just a little bit longer to create the combination. She kind of pulled away from her and, you know, allows Heath to have space, but then it's really Heath versus 2 to 3 other players.
Horan is able to turn.
There you go.
Yeah. I think Harris was a little fooled by that.
You know, yeah, it's one of those same kind of type of goal we saw last week when, you know, when Franch is retreating and doesn't quite have her feet set. You see Horan pick up the ball, look up, and just hits it. So she's still kind of moving back and getting, Harris is still moving back and getting into position.
Leads to another corner for the Thorns.
That's getting something out of it.
Yeah, it is. 69th minute. Horan, so strong. Allie.
Well, she's been there. She's been there. I think that's at least her 3rd shot, right? With the ball kind of coming out of the mix.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. It was well struck, a little bit off target, but much better chance than she's had before.
And how about the strength of Horan, able to hold off the defender, keep the head up, and find Allie and give her something to work with.
Yeah, she can do what she wants. You know, I'll just hold you off here and then do what I want to do.
Horan, as you mentioned in the open, skipping college to play over in France, saying no to a scholarship to UNC.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. I mean, you know, I've never heard of that school before, so.
Listen to you. But the wealth of experience she got from playing overseas.
Yeah, it's something different, you know. There's just a different mentality. You just see different things, and it adds to your knowledge that we don't have.
Nadim cuts it back. Nadim far post.
Good idea. Good idea. If she had just picked a little bit or been able to, she may have picked a different surface, hitting the inside of her foot to get a little bit of a bend on it. And again, sometimes you try to do that, and if you hit it wrong, it doesn't look like that at all. But well done by her.
You asked for it, you've got it. Now available at your locally owned McDonald's are your favorite breakfast items any time of the day. All-day breakfast is finally here. 71st minute. As Orlando ready to make another substitution. Danny Weatherholt will come onto the pitch.
Looks like Evans is coming out.
Yep. So there's a good look at Weatherholt. She'll get some valuable playing time. Recently signed and getting on the pitch.
Yeah, she, you know, did a great job for Cal. They talk about her playing this is Weatherholt playing all positions, about 7 different positions, and about number 10 in the draft. So, you know, she's a versatile player who's done a lot and impacted her college a lot, and she's going to have a chance now to do it at the professional level.
Throw in, here's Spencer. Spencer again with that angle. Sanderson not able to catch up. Ball into space. Edmonds can't catch up. Horan just a step slow. Nicely played by Alloway. She has been terrific tonight. Here's Weatherholt.
Okay, stand corrected. Weatherholt out of Santa Clara.
That's okay. You know, I think who you were talking about was Whitteman.
Yeah.
She's that versatile player out of Cal that just played a million different positions for Cal.
At least it's not a Stanford Cal person. Then I would have.
Oh, then you would have been
all
in trouble.
All of my friends would have killed me. That's for sure.
Last year we just joked about the representation of Santa Clara in this league. Of course, Montashim, but Weatherholt will keep that tradition going.
Yeah, they have it. There's such a great program down there, and all those schools in the Bay Area. I mean, such a hotbed of soccer, and done great things in the college game, and obviously, you know, turning professionals.
So recently signed is Weatherholt. She's on the pitch now. Sermani giving her some valuable playing time. 74th minute, one apiece.
It's good. Betos held her line in that scrum. You know, you don't want to come out there and get involved in something you can't get to. So that was really good. Good sign from her.
Betos tracking, punching it away. Offside flag goes up against Orlando.
Well done. And even, you know, again, even though things are offsides and happen, Betos gets the chance to do it. She made contact. She did make the save, and so that goes to your personal knowledge and your growth as a player, and then, you know, your confidence.
So both teams plagued by the offside flag. Let's say Portland nicked as Nadim goes flying. Kyle doesn't like that call, but an easy one to make. Attendance just announced, just a smidge over 16,000. That is just so darn impressive. Again, the Thorns, who have led this league in attendance from day one, 16,000 for the home and season opener tonight.
Wow, I'm just going to throw out there that I was pretty close to the number in the guess there.
Oh boy, such a great run. The ball was perfectly placed, and Haran just wasn't able to get anything on pace with that right foot.
Oh, 4v5 going on out there. Quick transition from the keeper.
Kyle keeps it in Orlando's offensive third, and here's Kyle again. '76th minute. Tied at one apiece here at Providence Park in front of over 16,000. Nadim will turn and carry. Haran.
Such good ball from Nadim to Heath.
Haran sticking with it.
I wish Heath would have kept that ball, though, and just turned up and tried to slice through.
Into space, Klingenberg. Beautiful ball. Nadim can't climb the ladder.
So the Thorns just came all the way out. You know, they go through the box and they come out. Heath kind of, I think she tried to just inside of her foot onto that run to Haran.
Klingenberg.
Nice service to back post, trying to find Nadim there, and she just couldn't quite get up to it in time.
Great idea by Klingenberg. Haran able to find Megan in space, and then Klingenberg with the nifty service. At 5'9", Nadim maybe an inch or two short from getting ahead on that one.
She's so excited. She was just a little early. If she had held her run, she would have been able to get a little bit more momentum on it. But super excited to see Megan Klingenberg play. I mean, this is just such a good player to get here, and she's just solid and exciting, again, but she's solid in defending but exciting in the attack. Like, she gets in and she does little things that are just huge.
Here's Sanderson, another corner for Orlando. Kyle keeps it in play in the 18. Dangerous here, rocket! Alloway, but right at Betos.
Yeah, little kind of, touch that ended up just kind of squibbing in there, as they say, and, the defense not quite organized enough to stay and defend as you go and as they pull out. almost leads to a really dangerous situation.
Foul's going to go against Heath. Alloway and Catley, the Australian internationals, have been very good tonight for Orlando. Belanger and Monica also complimenting those two Australians in that back line, but Catley and Alloway, definite threats coming up from those back line positions.
Yeah, again, it just adds those numbers into attack.
I like it.
It just makes it more and more difficult to track people when there's more people coming through.
Weatherholt loses it into space for Dagny. Foot race there. Dagny goes flying as Alloway clips her. And the yellow card will be issued.
A little bit interesting. Again, not the best eye. I'm going to go for the player, but you're giving a yellow card. If that's the last defender, it's really a red.
The bold statement from Janine.
Again, I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm just interesting yellow. It's either or.
So this sets something up in terms of the attack for the Thorns. What would you love to see here? I mean, a goal, of course, but far post, near post, what do you think?
Yeah, Heath can hit a ball. I mean, so she can really, and this is inside her range, so she could hit it straight on goal and be dangerous and get a goal. She has great service. You can get a serve that could be harder for people to track. I mean, it depends on what her targets are. If she's got a good, strong header in there, someone's going to run onto it, then you serve.
In the mix, Nadim comes up with it, leaves it for Heath. Little chunk, trying to find the head of Allie Long. Heath again.
Great touches from them. Nadim tracks the ball down. She kind of knocks it away from the defenders, tracks it down, and then gets the ball back to Heath for a serve.
Klingenberg.
Another nice little touch, trying to get around the defender.
Nicely played, though, by Orlando. And here come the Pride on the counter. Spencer mops up. Into space for Weatherholt.
She's gotten involved. Weatherholt's been around and been with the ball and trying to support and doing a great job and a great addition into this end of the game.
Sanderson looking in turn. What a ball into Morgan. Alex off the mitt of Betos.
Great way to hold her ground. Betos just stands her up and then, just gets big and basically hits it out of bounds. Nice deflection, nice job. Really patient, keeps her feet, able to just, deal with the ball and not try to do too much. Great job.
Orlando couldn't have asked for anything better. The ball at the feet of the great Alex Morgan. Betos denies, but here is the corner. Betos, that time comes off her line. Read it very well.
Looking really good again. She's had some good opportunities to come off. She's read things well. The one that was offsides, but she got a hand on it, is huge. And so, her decision-making has been really solid today.
Heath finds Horan. Horan! And there it is!
That's vintage Thorns. Great job from talented players. What an exciting way to keep this game alive and take the lead on that goal.
Tobin Heath setting the table. Horan sealing the deal.
Nice little touch from Heath. Just takes a touch inside, puts it on her other foot, and slots it across to the inside of Ashlyn Harris and to the post. You can see the on-rushing Harris doesn't really have a chance in it. She's still moving, and with all the composure Heath and Horan have, they just bring it home.
One of the rare times that Orlando's defense wasn't there, and Horan makes him pay. Harris had no chance at that ball. The go-ahead goal in the 82nd minute. Tobin Heath plucking that ball out of the air with a deft touch, and Horan burying the shot.
Composure and experience are just, you can't do anything better than that, to have those things. And then when you need them in those pressure situations, you're in front of goal and just calmly and coolly just put it away.
So moments after Betos denies a 1v1 and saves that shot off the foot of Morgan, the Thorns come back with the go-ahead goal. Haran, instrumental in both goals tonight.
I tell you, she's the future. You know, she's got all those tools. You saw it from the time that she was a youth player, just super special. She can do so much, and she makes it all look effortless. Like it doesn't really take very much, and she just, you know, it's a goal.
Harris tiptoeing that line as Haran was bearing down. So it'll be time for the Thorns defense to be organized, Janine, but you still want them to be thinking attack, don't you?
6.5 minutes, it's a 1-goal game. You know, you want to attack, you just want to, I think, choose your attack, choose your transition, choose your speed carefully. You know, if it's on, you want to go. If not, you don't want to just go at something just to do it. You know, you've really got to be patient enough and in control enough of your game to decide what you want to do and not just react and then make the wrong reaction.
Sanderson controls it, tries to find Edmonds. Angle wasn't there. Betos cutting that off nicely. 85th minute now. And this would be a huge victory for the Thorns, who play their next 4 matches on the road, Janine.
Unbelievable schedule. I mean, it's a great, you know, if they can hold for the next 6 minutes, I mean, that's a great thing to bring on the road with them, that kind of confidence. Like, we did it. We came together in our first game, you know, from behind. They were down 1-0, tied it up, and then to take the lead, that's huge for them.
Lots of time, though, left in this match. We have seen some leads melt away. And it'll be incumbent upon the Thorns to stay home defensively, but not scoreboard watch and clock watch. You know Orlando's going to come at them with everything.
They're a little slow getting back. You know, you've got kind of even numbers in the back, which you don't want to see. You want to be numbers up.
Orlando will have their home opener in their next match, welcoming Houston to town, and they expect a huge crowd. Dangerous there, the giveaway. Morgan is able to turn. Nice job by Sonnet.
The Thorns are just getting stretched. You know, we talked a little bit in the second half about how they've kind of opened up. Orlando has opened up the gaps in the Thorn defense. And now you can see in that last transition, you know, you have higher numbers for Orlando. And again, getting opportunities in that defensive line, the defenders just getting really stretched and then not finding the quality opportunities or options that they're looking for that are nice and safe.
So Spencer will come off the pitch. She has been terrific for Orlando. The veteran Sarah Hagan, a very dangerous forward, coming to Orlando via FC Kansas City.
And Hagan also, you know, just having a great impact on teams she's played on.
You bet. Dangerous ball here. Sonnet trying to clear. What kind of a swing and a miss there. Sanderson will control. Look at Betos. Oh!
It's just a little bit too much comfort from Sonnet. You know, there's a time you have to realize something has to be done fast. You have to solve it faster. And she just took those 2 touches, but Betos coming out, you know, she's got 2 players on the far post and covers that ball as well as anybody possibly could and forces that player to go wide.
Weatherholt, again, coming off the bench. The newly signed Weatherholt, so close on that far post to getting the equalizer. Dangerous times for the Thorns, opening up the door for Orlando's attack. On the counter, Sanderson will turn. Nice job by Heath. Belanger was there on the overlap, and Heath gets taken down.
Just Some nice fight going on. People really trying to hold up their end of it and, like, you know, finish this game as strong as possible.
Nadim will come off the pitch, and Kat Reynolds, that extra defender, comes onto the field for the Portland Thorns in the final minutes.
A little bit lower, yeah. What they're doing is just changing some of the personnel a little bit, moving some people up higher on the field. You got Rie coming up a little bit higher, and then maybe kind of adding another little bit of a defensive presence.
Klingenberg checking with the official. 89th minute. Portland trying to hang on, leading this thing 2-1. Coming back from a 1-0 deficit against a very good Orlando team. Ooh. Carrying nicely is Weber. The star out of Penn State gets the angle. Weber leaves it. Dagny just misses the one that would have put this baby to bed.
Such a great option, you know, again, using that width, that kind of space they have on the outside. Weber does a good job of holding it out there, building the attack. Nice little layoff and a good opportunity to finish a goal. Just opens up her foot a little bit too much, and it goes too high.
There's Sonnet again. He's been in the right place at the right time. Quick throw in. We're just told that Klingenberg is booked for the yellow. Look at Heath taking on about 3 Orlando players. Tobin Heath, what a game, what a match she has had.
Gets a bit physical out there for Tobin, doesn't it? All the things I think people get a little bit mad at and how she makes them look. She gets by them, you know, a little rollover with her foot, beats one player, she's got 2 on her, goes to the next one, beating the next player. They just kind of use their bodies a little bit too much and put her to the ground.
So a yellow card issued, that'll go against Orlando. So 3 minutes of stoppage time, an eternity if you're a Portland Thorn fan. 2-1. The Thorns leading it on Horan's go-ahead goal. Kyle, by the way, given the yellow card for Orlando. Dagny hustling and is rewarded. So Parsons looking for one last substitution. Haley Rasso will check in, and Lindsay Horan will come out. Oh, how good has Horan been?
Like they would keep Horan on for the next play.
Okay, so not quite yet.
Have it sorted out.
Stoppage time.
They're going to be waved off.
Orlando, did they lose it off the end line? They'll say no. So Horan is still on the pitch. The newly signed Rasso still waiting along the sidelines. As stoppage time continues, Orlando's going to have to get something going in a hurry.
I don't know if they're going to, either they can't allow her on or they're just having to fill out the sub form a little bit differently. And well, I think they're arguing time left in the game and allowing her to come on.
Look at that ball. Left for long. Heath!
Great early hit.
Heath just misses.
It's just such presence of mind to do things. I mean, she really just, you know, she sees the field, she sees the situation, she makes a plan. She does it so quickly, and that's one of the things that if she can get her team to do it, it'll be so much more dangerous.
Sinclair not able to play tonight, so Tobin Heath wearing the captain's armband. And the Thorns will take their time on the throw-in. We're deep into stoppage time. Heath just holds everybody off.
Trying to get that $5 for hitting the corner flag. At the end of the game, you have a little bit of a time-wasting plan, and sometimes you make a bet with somebody. Like, all right, this is where you're going to go. This is what you're going to do.
So there's Rasso.
Looks like they're going to allow the sub.
Well, let's see. Not so fast. So stoppage time is getting so close to the end. Heath is coming off to a hero's welcome.
So it looks like they may have had the number wrong. They had called they had put Horan's number up on the board, but that wasn't the sub they wanted to make. So in trying to sort out the number on the form, trying to keep Horan on the field and then take Heath off.
So Rasso in, the Australian international. Heath will have a seat after just an exemplary performance tonight. Another throw-in for the Thorns that really helps the cause, as the Thorns nursing that 2-1 lead here in stoppage time. Klingenberg again. And that whistle signifies the end of the match. The Portland Thorns winning it 2-1 with back-to-back goals to take #1 of the year.
It's a great job in coming together. They had a little bit of a slow start. Their transition still is a little bit, not at pace that they'd like to see. But, capitalizing on a couple things that they really needed to do and getting the result, which is really good. And some of that, it's not just on the scoreboard, but the result from the players and the things that they wanted to do to kind of be successful in their opening game.
So a lot of highlights in this game. It was a terrific way to open the season for the Thorns in Orlando, giving Portland all it could handle. In front of 16,000 fans here at Providence Park. This is how things got started for the Pride.
Just a little bit of a bounce, kind of just went under Betos in traffic, a really difficult ball.
Equalizer coming up, Horan setting things up beautifully.
Takes a nice little look, great service, good hard work from the team to frustrate the defenders. Heath puts it back in, Dagny's just able to finish it.
So we were tied at 1 apiece. And it was just a situation where Betos had to live large.
Doing the right thing, though, holding your ground. Sometimes you just need to stay. Does a great job covering that up. No space there, Morgan.
Here comes the go-ahead goal.
Great touch from Heath to lay it off, switches feet, finishes it with her left. Great composure.
So Lindsey Horan, one of the many new faces for the Portland Thorns with the game winner, and she joins us. Lindsey, walk us through that game-winning goal.
Oh my gosh. The ball got played over the top to Tobin, and Tobin has great vision and saw me wide open in the box, and I kind of just took it down and tried to place it, and it was a great ball by Tobin, and got to thank her for that.
So just a really nice touch by her, but also to you, kind of receiving it on one foot and switching. Did your heart beat any faster, or are you just normally that, easy going?
I should be used to that playing forward at PSG, so I kind of just tried to bring it down, be calm, and place it, and I'm so thankful that I went in.
Your experience here in front of 16,000 fans, you were told about the atmosphere here. Your take on game #1 here in Portland.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I can't thank the fans enough, and they kept us going, they kept cheering, and that's what we needed in this game to finish out strong and get that second goal, and it's awesome. And these guys are great.
Welcome to Portland, Lindsey.
Thank you.
You're
welcome.
Great job.
All right, thank you guys.
That's Lindsey Horan with the game winner in the second half, deep into the second half, in front of over 16,000 here at Providence Park. The Portland Thorns home and season opener, a success in rally fashion. They'll go on the road for the next 4, will the Portland Thorns, and then come back for the next home game, May 21st, against the Washington Spirit. So on the road for 4, and then back home May 24th, first against the Washington Spirit. Janine, you know, this was a game that obviously Portland trailed early. They score consecutive goals. They come away with the big win. Your takeaway?
Well, the nice thing is that the game, it's not that it was far away or that they have so much to work on, and it's good. You know, both teams played well. It's a good first showing. It is the first showing, so you're going to see the beginning, you know, of their campaign, right? So they've just come through the preseason. You want to see where they're going to end up, and they have the pieces, they have the talent, they have the players that they need, and it's just, again, trying to build and grow and go in the direction that you want to go in throughout the entire campaign.
How important is the momentum from a win like this as you go onto the road for 4 straight games? How important is this win?
Well, it's always nice to take some, you know, confidence with you whenever you go somewhere. It's nice to play with confidence at home. It's nice to look at a 4-game stand, seeing what you can do. So it's kind of a little bit of a look ahead, like, look, we can do this. This is what we've done. So now we get to take it with us. We get to carry that wherever we go. So that helps your energy and, you know, and everything that you believe you can do.
All right, that's a wrap from Providence Park. The Portland Thorns rallied to defeat Orlando 2-1 in front of over 16,000. The Thorns opening the NWSL season with the big win. For Janine Sparra and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Ann Schott saying so long from Providence Park. And thanks for joining us tonight. See you May 21st. And until then, go Thorns. Good night, everybody.